Hello, 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 ladies. Welcome to tonight's show. It is April the 2nd, 2026. I am so excited. What is it? We're about 6 months in. I think we are. Anyhow, Dr. Linda H. Scruggs, your host of SHEROIC Speaks. I am so happy. I'm so excited that you are here with me, with us. I'm so excited that we're here together tonight. I want you to know tonight is going to be a wonderful and a powerful show. We are getting ready to go a little deeper. Before I do that, I don't want to forget, I always want to make sure I thank my wonderful sponsors of the show, Gilead Sciences, Vive Healthcare. We thank you. Porcelain Jewels, we thank you. Yeah, I'm going. That's it. That's it for today. Let's get ready. I have been gone. I am excited. We have been on a journey for the last few months. You was with us in January, February, March. Wonderful guest with me last month. Dr. Dottie Dawow. Who else was Shauna Coop was with us. Sister Toy Washington was with us. Thank you, ladies, for hanging out with me. And tonight you are with me and just with me by yourself. I am back from traveling. I'm back. March was crazy. Like, was March crazy for all of you? Ever since I was a kid, March needed a holiday. It is a really long month for some reason. I don't know why. It seemed longer than the other 31 days. Oh, yeah, 31 days. March 31st was Vanessa Johnson's birthday. My business partner. Love you, Vanessa. She's still enjoying her birthday, I hope. But let's talk about this. We're going to talk today about the power of choice, of our choice. I'm gonna come a little closer with you tonight. I want to talk. I want to talk about us making choices. That's gonna take us a little deep tonight, guys. It's something personal. I want to talk about something transformational. I want us to begin and get ready to transform ourselves. We've already started this process. I hope you're journaling. I hope you're writing. I hope you're spending time in between me being with you in every month. In a couple of months, we're going to start a coaching process, but we've already kind of started. Tonight, I want to talk about becoming her, evolving without apology. Little different from unapologetic, because unapologetic is for others. I want us to evolve without apology for ourselves. Because here's the truth. There's a version of you and me. I'm working on me too, y'all, that we haven't fully stepped into yet. She's there, but we haven't fully stepped into her. She's not imaginary and she's not unreachable. Many of us are looking for her. We seek her out. And she's right there. She's waiting on us. She's waiting on me. And I'm going to tell you, I have gotten a little closer to her because I'm doing it with intent. There's some wind blowing that's going to make us do things. And this wind isn't new. I want to say about 18 months or so, there's been a wind blowing. And it's going to make us reach her because she's waiting for us. She's waiting on us to release, realign, and rise. I believe now is the moment. For such a time like this, going to the Bible, Ruth, is such a time like this, sister. Is this your moment? Is this your time? If it is, this is the show for you. Evolving into her without apology, ladies, it's going to feel like it's selfish, and others may feel like it's selfish, but it's not selfish. It's necessary. One of the things I know, I'm getting older. And with getting older, I'm choosing to be wiser. I'm reading more. I'm thinking more. I'm praying more. I'm centering myself more. I'm fasting more. I'm listening more. I'm listening to me. I'm listening to God. Let me say that first. I'm listening to God. I'm listening to me. I'm listening to the influencers and influences around me. So we've done a lot. But I want to ask you a question. Who is her? Who is her? Who is that you're looking for? Who is she's there? She is a version of you that lives in alignment, not survival. We survived COVID. We survived that. We should not have to survive our life every day, every moment, forever in the day. That's not what we should be doing. She is a woman who chooses peace without guilt. Oh my goodness. She chooses peace without guilt. Have you ever desired or you found yourself in peace and it felt uncomfortable? Like, why am I good? Why is this okay? That's when you have guilt in your peace. We want you to have peace without guilt. I am entitled. I was created in peace. So why shouldn't I have peace? The word of God tells me God put Adam in a deep sleep when he created Eve. So I was created in peace and without guilt. Let me stop. That's another show. She is a woman who set boundaries without apologies. No excuses, no apologies. She rests without explanation. Ladies, I got jet lag. And today I sat around. I did some work, ran some errands, but I also just said, I know I just got home. It's no, I don't have to explain it. Walks in purpose without shrinking. It's that season, ladies. Is for such a time like this, we have to walk in purpose and to clean up and to get in that position of purpose and without shrinking. Again, some people may be uncomfortable. We're inviting self without apology not to be uncomfortable. We're good with this. She's not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We're not perfect. But we're desiring and we're seeking to be whole. She is whole. She is well. Now, let me be clear. Let me be real clear. She is well. She is whole. But becoming her is not becoming someone else. When you tap into or walk into it, you're not walking into someone else. You're not becoming another person. She is who you've always been. But she's who you've been without the weight, without the baggage, without the luggage, without the burdens, without the stress, without the fear, without expectations, without the roles that require you to disappear. She's you without judgment. That's what she is. She's you. It's not a new person. She has always been with you. She's always there. If you was to introduce her, often it's in a quiet moment. When you connect with her, often it's in a quiet moment. Sometimes it's in moments where we're breaking down. Wow. Or we're breaking through. Sometimes we find her in our prayers and we'll begin to cry. And instead, we didn't speak. Our emotions, she's there in our emotions, and we'll stop because, again, we're taking care of others. Now, I'm not telling you to be all emotional and dramatic. That's not who she is. But there are times where she's telling us to speak and we're quiet. We got to get to a place where it's without apology. We have to introduce her to ourselves. that it's okay to tap into that part of you. It's okay. It is necessary for you to take care of yourself. We've all felt her. You can deny it and you can think you're the greatest you are. But there's a greater, there's a stronger, and that's strong. Like people say, oh, you got to be strong. No, I'm talking about internal strength where you feel good. It ain't perfect. It ain't without flaw, but it's what you bring to this space. She is there. She has always been there. Do you know her? Who is she? Who is her? Some of us have given her some names. I ain't gonna talk about my name right now. Often when we feel her, we'll pull back. It's almost a fear space. It's uncomfortable. So tonight, I want to ask you, what does her look like for you? What does her look like? Not what does she feel? What does her look like to you? Does she look like resilience? Does she look like strength, power? Does she look like peace? Oh, she looks like Linda. Without apology. Again, imperfect, constantly evolving. In a month from tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be 61 years old. Unimaginable that at 60, I am still evolving, but I am. Many of us are, whether you're 20, whether you're 27, 38, 71. I find that there's these cycles of evolving that comes with growth, knowledge, intellect, but also this thing that we call self. We don't get to a period and end. Even I believe that even that death is not over. It's an eternal life opportunity. So we're always moving, we're always evolving. But we're going to talk about this evolution and that's in this season with intent. We're going to talk about why this evolution is necessary and not selfish. If you be with me for a couple of minutes, I really want to talk about how we're going to deal with this right now. Because I already know that some of us are thinking, they're going to think it's selfish. Let me be clear again. It's not selfish. It's not survival. Well, maybe it's a form of survival, but I want to say survival at the higher level of understanding. I know that most of us as women, in particular as Black women, and even if you're a Black woman, if you're the oldest child, or you're the middle child, or you're the youngest child, you were born in the North, you were born in the South, you was born on another continent. It's something about the melanin in our skin that requires more. And we're coming from generations of generations who have been hurt, broke down, oppressed, ostracized, and they have put that on us to be that much greater. We've been taught to give first, share, care more, endure longer, suffer. That's just how it rolls. That's the way we do it here. Show up before and with everybody. Show up before everybody. I'm always on time. Why? You have to be on time. Everybody else gonna be late. You have to be on time. Show up for everybody. Who all is calling you? They calling you in the day. They calling you in the afternoon. They calling you in the evening. They calling you at night. They texting you overnight. When you're doing your stuff, if everybody is there for you to show up for, there for you to fix, there for you to navigate, when are you working? When are you evolving? When are you surviving at the higher level of survival? Well, I'm going to talk about it. Nobody taught us how to choose ourselves without guilt. If you drink that last soda or you drink the last of the orange juice, why'd you do that? Because I was thirsty. If you eat that last something, why did you eat that? I was hungry, or maybe I just wanted it. How you take 2 weeks of vacation off in the middle of everything? I was tired. I was drained. I was empty. We got to take care of ourselves, ladies, without guilt. It is necessary. Because even if we don't want to respond to the world is pulling on us. Well, whoever your world is, they're constantly pulling. And we have to rebuild ourselves. We have to push ourselves to another space so that we can sustain. Not for them, for us, for me, for you. Sustaining. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to get comfortable with other individuals being uncomfortable on your SHEROIC journey. This is not a feminist call. This ain't a Supergirl black magic call, black girl magic call. This is just you, black woman, or if you're a black man looking and you're trying to figure out how to honor your woman, it is a SHEROIC way of doing that. This is, it's going to feel uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I was away last week and there was times I was uncomfortable. I was in the communication earlier. I was uncomfortable. It feels like I'm changing too much. Well, I'm not. She's always been there. I'm just giving her a little bit of more authority to show up. People don't understand it. I get text messages and why are you quiet? You okay? I'm okay. I'm good. That means that they're uncomfortable and you're not changing too much. I am sitting in a space where I'm listening with my eyes and I'm hearing with my ears. I know that sounds something crazy. It's part of evolving. I hear you and I see you, both in both directions. I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want to disappoint anyone. That's what we be feeling like. I want to make sure that everybody's okay. We walk around saying, you all right? You okay? We don't want to disappoint anyone. I'm disappointed sometimes. I get sometimes disappointed in me. I'm taking care of you and I need oxygen. I know if I ask y'all to raise your hands, you will raise your hand. How often do you need oxygen? How often do you need oxygen when you're taking care of others? Evolving is, for some of us, it's slower. For some of us, it's faster. But you have to do it. You have time to do it. You have to stay. You're not here. You just can't keep staying in the same place to make people comfortable. She's inside of you telling you to grow, to move, to shift. Several things could be happening. She could be talking to you about several things. She's telling you that because you have been stagnant. You've been complacent with other individuals' comfort. But here you go. It's time to grow. It's time to grow. Because if you don't evolve, what happens when you become stagnant? You stay in the same cycles, circles, cliques that drain you, networks that drain you. You maintain relationships that diminish you, bring no value to joy. You begin to forget what joy is. And you live beneath what you was created for. You live beneath what you was created for. Why would you do that? Why would I do that? We're going into the Easter season. Everyone knows I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. And when I think about the fact that God has created me in his own image, well, the Lord is good and the Lord is great. I'm not glorifying me, but if I'm in his image, what he's assigned me to do is good, it is great, it is meaningful, it is helpful, and it is love. But if I'm not evolving as I learn and I understand this life, if I'm not healing, because some of us have stayed in this space of uninvolving. I don't even know if that's a word. Not involved, evolving. We stayed there because of traumas, because of hurts, because of other people. Sometimes it feels I've been in situations where it feels like they're still stepping on my neck. That's a different form of oppression. It's not the system, it's people. It's people that have said they love me. It's people who said they cared for me. It's people who said, I got your back. We back to back. Come on, I got your back. And they didn't have my back. Let's be clear. Choosing yourself is not abandoning others. It's anchoring you. You're not abandoning anybody. You've already abandoned yourself. You're recaptivating, you're regaining, you're reassigning, you're realigning the part of you that you have not been having the pleasure of being in the story. She's always been there. She's helped you a little bit. It's time for her to awaken. It's time. When you are anchored, I'm just going to tell you this. We're going to take a commercial in a minute. I want you to know, because I think sometimes, not anchored like stuck. I'm talking about anchor where you have the control of the anchor. I'm not even talking about the kind of anchor on an old boat where you had to pull the boat, pull the anchor, pull the anchor. I'm talking about on a cruise liner, because there are many compartments in our bodies. There are many compartments, elements, feelings, emotions. So we're on a cruise ship and you got an electric anchor. And you're like, you know what? It's not safe here. So what I'll do is I'll move and I'll anchor. I'll drop my anchor. Click, push the button. Drop the anchor. Why? Because I love better when I'm anchored. You lead better when you're anchored. You live better when you're anchored. And for those of you who still worried about other people, they'll be better when you're anchored, because you're not pulling them to the left or to the right. You're not tossing and turning with yourself. And you're tossing and turning, and you got other folks who are trying to follow you. They're tossing it. So all of y'all on a cruise ship that's unstable. If you were created to lead, you have to lead with stability. Therefore, evolving at different times is about setting a course of stability. And I ain't saying what you're doing ain't great, ain't fabulous, ain't wonderful. I ain't saying that. I'm asking you, who is her? You have to answer those. What is her purpose? Why is it necessary for you to involve to take care of yourself? I'm not talking about self-care, y'all. I ain't talking about no bubble baths. I ain't talking about no vacations in Fiji. I'm talking about finding real still spaces where you can learn how to utilize the her that's in you that is calling you to a higher place. How to utilize the her that's in you that would create new paths and new segments in your life that's unimaginable. I'm talking about calling the her that's between you and destiny. When we come back after this quick heroic moment, We're going to talk about something that we don't want to talk about, but we got to talk about. To really tap into her, it's going to cost you something. We come back, because they're going to be more than uncomfortable, ladies. It's going to cost you something. And we're going to talk about the cost of becoming her. In this season, for such a season, what did it cost Ruth? For such a season, what is it costing Vanessa? For such a season, what is it costing Latricia? For such a season, what is it costing Terry? For such a season, what is it costing Chris? What is it costing Kim? I got several Kims. What is it costing y'all? What is it costing Deborah? When we come back after this heroic moment, we're going to talk about the cost to own and possess and to evolve into her. See you back in a couple minutes.
Years ago, where it was like a big trend on TikTok, where they used to say, "I'm a such and such. Of course I such and such." You know, it was like a trend. So everybody was doing different things. I'm a mom. Of course I. So my children, my teenage girls, they said, "My mom's an HIV advocate. Of course she." And she listed different things. So they said, "Of course we just have random condoms around the house. Yes. Of course we talk about uncomfortable topics in front of my friends." So yes, I am that mom.
What is that? What does that look like?
You don't want anybody to die that you love. And so my tact is, you got to do what you got to do this, you got to get up, you got to exercise, you can't give up. And she's not really giving up, it's just her body can't move. And I had to learn how to accept that.
Wow, that's Lynette and Vanessa sharing with us in that heroic moment. Thank you. If you missed part of the show, again, I'm Dr. Linda H. Scruggs. I'm here talking to you tonight about becoming her, evolving without apology. I'm excited. Do me a favor, if you haven't, make sure we on Facebook, we have a new page, Sheroic Speaks. Time is running out in probably in the next month or so. We're going to start several things happening over there. Please subscribe to the page, like the page. On YouTube, Sheroic Speaks, you'll find us there. Share the word. Please let other sisters know that we're having these conversations. They're conversations we believe. I know that God has given me this space, this opportunity to share and to talk with you. I am so happy. I thank so many of you who write me. I've been getting more and more emails at Sheroic at ribbon3.org. Thank you for sending me notes of encouragement from all over the country. I'm just really encouraged that you've been hearing me and seeing me, and you've been giving me some advice. You've been giving me some accolades. We sent someone a gift who won a raffle. We're going to do a raffle in a few minutes, and she sent me a gift back. I love it. So thank you for being with us. We're going to continue the conversation. As I left, why am I saying tonight? That's yucky. Forgive me. Not apology, but forgive me, because I don't want to say that. We're going to talk about what growth costs us. So if we are talking about who her is, why is it necessary? What growth costs us? Y'all know ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. I wish it was free. To become all of her is costing. And sometime in the process of trying to figure out what the cost is, it can be discouraging. It can be kind of worrisome. It can be like, let me go back and be who they want me to be. But I'll tell you, becoming her has a cost, and it's okay. I have found in different times where I evolved, or some of the folks that I'm coaching and I'm talking with in coaching spaces, you might lose some people. Some of us got some people we need to lose. You're gonna lose if you begin to involve and identify with her. You're gonna lose some people. You may lose some comfort. I told you, learning to be okay with being uncomfortable with other people's comfortability or uncomfortability. It's a space. Many of us, sisters, tell the truth. Raise your hand, talk, twist, do the boogaloo. Call TT. All of us, as Black women, we've been uncomfortable. Many of us, daily, we find ourselves in uncomfortable spaces. So to become her in a cost means I'm losing some more comfortability. I'm okay with that. I got a stack load of it. You're going to lose some familiar patterns. It's some checklist stuff you just been doing. Checklist. And I ain't saying checklists aren't important. They are. We have different styles and things, but there are some familiar patterns that will have to be shifted as you take this journey in really becoming her. That's going to be hard for some of us. Some of us have become so stagnant in running the same course. And there's something in you saying, I want to stop. I'm going to go the other way for a minute. But we find ourselves in that same space. Old versions of yourself you will lose. If you be true to yourself, that I want to become her, I want to give her the authority to help me at survival at the highest level, then you're going to have to become okay with her doing that. You're going to have to be okay with losing some old versions of yourself. Some relationships were built from who you used to be. Some relationships were built from who you used to be. And because it was built from who you used to be, to become her don't mean that the relationship is gone. Don't y'all say that Dr. Scruggs told you to go divorce somebody, or don't talk to your sister, your mama, your auntie, or your daddy. That ain't what I said. Becoming her will have you do some assessments in your life. I'll tell you early on, years ago, when I first started evolving into who I'm becoming, not who I am, to who I'm becoming. Talking about mothers, I remember I was in therapy. I was getting mental health support services. And one of the conversations I was in was about my mother and my family dynamics. And I was assessing that relationship. And I went home and I spoke with my parents. I said, I'm not coming to holiday dinners for a minute. I ain't mad, but they become so toxic that they hinder my growth. They hinder me going somewhere. I love my family, I told them, but I'm trying to do something. And every time I go think we're going here, we get kicked back. And I can't afford to keep getting kicked back. So I took a couple years off of some of our family outings. They was uncomfortable with it, and I was uncomfortable with them being uncomfortable. When I went back to that space, I had to tell them that if I leave in the middle of it, I ain't gonna start nothing. I might not say nothing. If I leave, you just know that was for me. I ain't mad at nobody. I remember telling my mom, if I hang up the phone while we talking, Mom, that's because I'm saving me. I don't want to be disrespectful to you. I don't want to be mad at you. So they were uncomfortable, but I was evolving. I ain't say, I ain't never going to talk to my family. I'm going to go get a new family. Although I do got some other family. But that didn't come from evolving. I'm just saying, there are some things that you'll have to do. I'm not going to go into the relationship thing tonight. Because that's part of becoming. I'm just telling you the truth. It's not you. You have to know that. I want you to know that it's not you. There's nothing wrong with you because you're becoming her. That's with intent. As I said, whether you're 27, 17, 37, 67, 77. My mama 89 and she's still becoming her. She was with me earlier today. So it doesn't make you wrong. I just want you to be clear there. Growth will require you. Growth requires us. I keep saying you, but it requires us to say no when we used to say yes, or when they expect us to say yes. And I remember some of y'all may be like me. When people tell me no, I be ready to cry. That's how I used to be. Somebody tell me no, I'd be like, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'm gonna make that person change their mind. I have cried at a no, but I have learned no is a complete sentence, and at times it's a necessary sentence, and sometimes it needs no explanation. So sometimes you're gonna have to say no, even when they want you to say yes, or like the old me gonna convince you that your yes was wrong and want you to say no. I'm just saying. You have to be still when you used to overwork. And that's overwork in your day job. That's overwork in your house job. That's overwork in your relationship, in your sister girl circle. Some of us just overworking in everything we do. We don't have no boundaries. So evolving going to say, you have to assess that. That song, I Am Every Woman, it's a beautiful song. But you don't have to be all that woman if it's costing you. That's all I'm saying. Walk away when you used to stay. Sometimes you have to stay in the space, but there are times when we should have walked away and we stayed too long. You will make decisions of what staying means and what staying costs. Again, don't say Dr. Scruggs told me to go divorce somebody, go do this. That ain't what I'm telling you to do. I am saying to become her, you're going to have to do some work on you. But understanding some of their uncomfortableness and some of the uncomfortable and some of the things that you will reveal to yourself. Some of the things that you're going to learn about yourself is going to be harder than anything that anyone's done to you or anything anyone has said to you. Becoming her is more about tapping into you. What they have done is only a reflection of what you have done to you. I'm just saying. Sometimes we stay too long, and sometimes we grieve. We grieve. And not grievance, we grieve people who are still alive. We grieve stuff that have no value to us. We grieve stuff that have harmed us. We grieve not getting to the end, not being able to say something. I should have said, well, I need to go back and do. You hold you all in your head and your gut. That's a form of grief. I can't let go. It's not finished. They died. I ain't gonna never be able to tell them. They died. I can't find them. I ain't seen them in 30 years. And it's still up there. It's still in your gut. It's still in your head. That's a form of grief that you'll have to release. You cannot move forward. You cannot. You cannot. Without understanding that you are enough. Your enough will always be shifting. It doesn't come to an end. You have to understand that what you lose in this evolving, this elevation, and this evolution, what you lose is so far less than what you gain. There's so many things you can gain. It's so many things that I've gained over the last, I would say, really, if I tell the truth, if I be honest, I probably say about 27 years. I wish I could say 40, 50, 60 years. I was doing good before 27 years ago. No, maybe it's 29, not quite 30. Part of that was me entering mental health services. Part of that was me, someone teaching me how to see me in the midst of what all is going on. It wasn't the molester. It wasn't my daddy being gone. It wasn't my mama didn't like me. It wasn't my sisters. It wasn't that I'm black and I don't have no rhythm. It wasn't that my hair was always really thin. It wasn't those superficial things. It wasn't the rapist. It was me. I was grieving and holding on to stuff. And we can call them traumas. I'm just calling them stuff. Because not all traumas do we hold on and we grieve in the same way. But some of them just grab hold of our ankles. And we think we moving. Or you say, what is that? The treadmill. We running, but we ain't going nowhere. We moving, but we not getting nowhere. Because it's weighing us down. It's hard. We get the same kind of man, the same kind of girl. We go get a chosen sister. She the same kind of sister. Why? Because it's you. It's you. You have to evolve so you can find and be attracted to those things like her. But you have to give her the authority so that you can identify who she is. So as this what thing is costing you something, you can also gain some of that peace. Woo! I tell you, peace is something incredible. I have great peace. I have great peace. I have peace where it's uncomfortable to some people. And I know that's 98% founded because of my faith. But there's another 2% that I believe and I believe and I believe and I believe. I believe that I believe. And I believe that I don't have to take care of everything and everybody. And when I'm okay, if it's a period supposed to be there and I don't put a period there, you don't have to come behind me and put a period there. I'm okay if there's not a period there. Because maybe we'll come back to that later. Or maybe it's somebody else supposed to come finish that sentence. I'm okay. And that's a piece of peace. Not to say my life is perfect. And God knows all my bills ain't paid. God knows I done got on my nerves this week. God knows I'm in a wonderful but not perfect marriage. God knows I'm in a wonderful but not perfect family. I got wonderful but not perfect children. I'm just saying. But I got peace. I got peace. I got peace. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know what peace feel like? Do you know what it tastes like? I remember one Sunday, this was years ago, a couple of decades ago. We're in a nice big old church now. At that time, we were in a smaller church over Northeast DC. And I remember I was standing beside my sister doing praise and worship. And I had come out of a very chaotic season. And I had been before God real serious, real serious. And I had been asking for my needs to be met. I've been asking him to do some things. And my mentor at that time, Prophetess King, said, you need peace. So I want you to pray to God for peace. And I didn't know what peace was. I know how to spell it. Peace sign and all that. But I don't think I knew what inner peace, self-peace was. And that may have been, I won't say my first level of evolving, but I think that's part of the pathway. And I remember that Sunday morning in praise and worship, and we were singing, and I remember just starting to cry. And I'm not a big crier. I got a lot of scars, so I don't cry a lot. I'm asking God to plenish that. I cry more now than I've ever done, probably in the last 40 years. And I was crying. That don't mean I don't hurt because I don't cry. Don't be mistaken. That don't mean I'm strong. That means something happened. I decided I won't cry no more. This Sunday, tears are pouring down my face. And I told my sister, I said, I think this is peace. She's like, huh? Because she don't know what I'm talking about. I said, it ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing heavy. I felt like, the astronauts, how you started, floating in the air, just. And I always want to feel like that. So I'm constantly praying for peace. I'm constantly, as I'm in conversations or in situations, I'm telling peace. I'm calling myself to this space. That's because y'all go crazy. I ain't going crazy. Let me keep going. We only got a few minutes. My last thought. So we talked about who is her, why is it necessary? We've talked about growth, the cost of growth. I want to talk to you for a couple of minutes. We're going to do the raffle in a few minutes. I want to talk to you. Let's get practical for a second. Because this conversation isn't a motivational speech. It's not to inspire you. It really is for us to begin to transform. It is to create change in who we are. Again, wonderful. You may be wonderful. I'm wonderful. Not perfect. I'm good. Some days I feel excellent, amazing. But most time I'm wonderful. I'm good. But I want to tell a couple things. Let's get clear on our vision here. Ask yourself. Get your pen. I want to ask you a couple questions. Get your pen. I want to ask you a couple questions. Because how to become her is intentional. I'm not your therapist. I'm Dr. Linda H. Scruggs. I'm the host of SHEROIC. Not giving you a clinical diagnosis. I'm just talking to you, sister. But ask yourself, what does peace look like in my life? I shared with you Prophetess King telling me to pray for peace. Things was coming out of a chaotic space. And I don't get in a lot of chaotic spaces today, but sometimes I find myself somewhere. But I do believe more than not, I walk in a lot of peace. I walk and I sustain peace because I believe God. I wish I could say everybody's story. I know it may not be yours. But tell me, what does peace look like in my life? To me, it's without worry. It's without apology. It is finding comfort in me just being me. And me being me and being okay with that. I always tell folks, if orange is my favorite color. You always wonder if you wonder, orange is my favorite color. And I always will say to folks, particularly the young people at the churches, I said, well, God ain't make me a size 6. And he didn't do some other things because I'll be out there in Vegas in some orange feathers, right? Because if I was a size 6, 5'11", I was 5'11" in high school. I done shrunk some, with size 6, I would have been somewhere modeling, strutting, doing something. But what I've been doing, my purpose. Peace is being okay with who I am. And her talks to me less because she's with me. Her talk to me less because she's with me when I'm at peace. Because I said it. I did it. I didn't procrastinate it. I'm going to keep talking. Let me ask you one more question. What does alignment look like? What does alignment look like in your life? I turned 50. I gave myself a birthday party. I don't think I ever had a birthday party. I know I didn't. I got a beating and got on punishment when I was 9 years old, turning 10. And I never had a birthday party. And I gave myself a gala. And it was my year of alignment when I turned 50. That was a decade ago. And for the first time, I brought my church friends. My pastor was there, and all my church friends was there. My family was there. And when I say family, we got cousins, extended cousins, somebody who was divorced, but they still my cousin. They was there. And I brought in my work community. So I always tell folks I'm a 3-strand. So those 3 strands for me is alignment. And I was able to bring all of them together. And one of the things I found out that, again, gave me great peace, who I was in each one of those spaces, I'm in all of them. I'm the same. I'm me. And that, because I remember like not having the code switch. I remember like not having to say this, oh, I'm sorry, apologize, or say, Pastor, I'm sorry, we're playing music. Because I'm true to who I am. I like some R&B. I ain't got no rhythm, but I still like some R&B. Now I listen to gospel. I enjoy it all the time. I don't know no R&B songs, but I ain't got no rhythm. I'm tone deaf. I don't know no gospel songs neither, but I like the rhythm. We are rhythmatic people, right? But I love the fact that alignment is wherever I show up, I show up. I don't have to make pretend. This is not a reality show. I am Linda, and I get to show up. So what does alignment look like for you? That's the first one. I'm going to go to the next one. Release what no longer fits. How to become her. You got to release what no longer fits. Oh my goodness, I got to bounce through this. Not everything can go with you. That includes some of your mindsets, some of your relationships, and some of your habits. Growth will require you to release. Again, I ain't told you to go and tell nobody you crazy. Shifting your mindset, you will find yourself. I used to could be nasty as a rattlesnake. Now sometimes I can get special. But that was a mindset shift. Very closed-minded, thought my way, thought limited, not knowledgeable, less read. When you read and you learn, you get mind shifts. I'll keep that for another time. Growth requires you to release. To become her, you will have to release. Realign your choices daily. That's my number 3. You have to realign your choices daily. Daily choices, choosing rest. Why is rest number 1? Because if you ain't rested, everything else is out. It's like a toothache or your feet hurt. If your body is not in line and rested, you can't say I slept 3 hours, I only sleep 5 hours a night. You know, there are times where I'm not a good sleeper, not to say, God, why am I only sleeping 6 hours? Why am I up to 1 o'clock and back up at 7:30? Something's unaligned when I won't allow my body to get what it needs. Choosing truth. Choosing truth to fact. Are you telling truth? Are you living truth? And are you only accepting truth? Because some people tell you some stuff and we be like, and you know it ain't true. Call it out. I'm just saying. Choosing boundaries. When you need to say no. When you need to say, let me follow up. When do you need to say, I need to think about that? When do you need to say, no, you're right, that's not the best choice? You might want to consider. Me and my colleague Vanessa were talking about critical thinking. What are you doing? You have to walk in truth. And you have to choose yourself. It's not selfish. It's necessary, ladies. Choosing yourself. Aligning, doing what you need to do. You're your own advanced directive. What do you want? What do you need? How would it happen? If you don't put your own advanced directive in place, it won't happen. Elevate your self-worth. Elevate your self-worth. It's important that you do it. You are worthy now. You was worthy then. You will achieve more, and you don't have to prove and apologize for any of it if you choose to be worthy. We're not worthy in a biblical sense, but we have worth and we have value. And God does find us worthy. That's why He did what He did for us. It's Easter weekend here. He died on the cross for us on this weekend. Because what? I was worth the sacrifice. You're worth the sacrifice. It's incredible. We're going to take a moment. I only got a couple minutes. I don't know who's out there. If you're out there, drop in. I know some names may have already been dropped in. If my team will draw a name, we'll do a quick raffle while we're reflecting. Drop your name, and Chris will let me know. And the backstage producer, our backstage producer, Chris Reinhardt, let us know who's the raffle winner. But I want to leave with, what version of yourself are you holding that you need to release? What version of yourself are you holding that you need to release? What is one choice you can make to align with her? What version of yourself do you need to release? What is one choice you can make this week to begin aligning with her? Those are the things I'm asking you. You can drop them in the chat. You can write them on your phone. Do what you need to do. I am becoming her. You are becoming her if you do the work. You have to give yourself space. You deserve space. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I want you to tell me, what will you do this week to begin to align with her? I don't have anything else. I want you to do that. I see my raffle winner. Okay, all right. Kimberly Wilburn. All right, Kim. Hey, please go email me, Kimberly at SHEROIC at SHEROIC at ribbon the number 3.org. They're gonna put it there. It is on the screen. Please send me an email. We'll get your prize out to you. Nothing else. I want you to evolve with me. It's everlasting. There is no period, but it is with intent. I pray that you find her. I pray that you push beyond the uncomfortable parts of who she is and how she shows up in your life. I pray that you seek peace, you seek understanding, you seek freedom in this next part of your journey. I give you, as you are evolving in her, I invite you to grow. I invite you to release, to align, and to rise. I give you permission. Nope, not I. She will give you permission to change, to choose differently, to be at peace. As we always do, remember, I am Dr. Linda H. Scruggs. This is SHEROIC Speaks. We're here every first Thursday of the month. Please go in the chat, say it with me. I am SHEROIC, because SHEROIC is not about me, it's about us. I am SHEROIC. I thank you. I'll see you sometime during the month. Unlike March, I didn't do any shout outs. I'll do some SHEROIC moments. I'll pop in and see you this month. But until then, know that you are, I am, we are SHEROIC. Have a great day, ladies. Have a good evening.